can't seem to figure out Facebook ads? Well, that's all about to change. The reason why your Facebook ads are struggling all comes down to your creative. You might have an amazing product or service, but if you can't create ads that make people want to buy, you will always struggle to make sales. Now, I have tested hundreds of ad creatives, and I have spent millions of dollars on Facebook ads. The major difference between a winning ad or a complete waste of money all really boils down to three things: strategy, psychology, and execution. So in this video, I'm gonna break everything down for you. First, I'm going to explain why your creative is more important than ever if you're trying to make sales. And then I'm gonna share the 4 best Facebook ad creatives that convert like crazy. Now, if you're new here, my name is Antonio. I am a professional media buyer, and I help small businesses like you scale using paid ads. Okay, so let's dive in. If I'm being honest, Facebook ads is always changing. But there was one major change that happened a few years back that completely adjusted how you run Facebook ads today. In 2021, Apple decided to give a big middle finger to Facebook. Apple rolled out this feature called App Tracking Transparency. Essentially, this feature allowed users to completely opt out of app tracking. Now, this was completely devastating for Facebook advertisers that heavily relied on this data tracking. Almost overnight, most Facebook advertisers' campaigns completely plummeted, and a lot of advertisers just stopped running ads completely. Facebook knew that they had to pivot and pivot fast. They decided to adjust the algorithm to put a lot more emphasis on the creative to deliver the right ads to the right user. Which brings me to the first lesson that I want to share with you. The same algorithm that is used organically is very similar to the paid algorithm as well. So the better your creative is, and the more it looks like regular content that your audience sees in their Facebook and Instagram feed, the better your ads will perform. But what is the best type of content you should be using to generate sales? Well, I want to share with you a super underrated strategy that is literally hiding in plain sight and can honestly be a complete gold mine for your business. I recommend that you repurpose some of your best performing organic content as ads. Sounds simple, but here is why it really works. Your audience has already told you that they love this content. They liked it, shared it, commented on it, so you already know that it resonates with your audience. And if this content has already performed well without any budget behind it, more than likely when you add budget to it, it will perform just as well. This just gives you a better chance of success right out of the gate. So you should see higher click-through rates, better engagement, and in many cases, lower costs per result. So here's how you tactically utilize this strategy. So what you want to do is go through your posts over the last few months on Instagram or Facebook, and you want to find the posts that have the most engagement. So the most likes, shares, saves, and comments. And then you want to pick the top 3 to 5 posts that currently align with what you're trying to promote. Now, you can use these posts as is, or you can make some tweaks to them. And I actually recommend that you do this because you want to make sure that you have a very strong call to action. And I recommend just running your captions through ChatGPT and just making sure that it sounds really, really good and polished for your ads. Once you make these tweaks, you're good to go to run them as ads. And you might be surprised how well recycled content performs. And I found that some of my top performing ads is recycled content that I've already posted organically. So before you go brainstorming new ideas, take a second to look at what's already working. Your next winning ad might already be sitting on your feed. But if you don't have any standout posts, I definitely recommend that you try out this next creative style. Also, if you need some one-on-one help with your Facebook ads and you just want another eye on your ad account, just to make sure that you're doing things correctly, I recommend that you book a one-on-one call with me. I would love to help you out, and all you have to do is click the first link in the description down below. Now, this next creative style has been one of the most profitable creatives that I've ever ran, and it's honestly one of the easiest creatives for you to create. And it is called the carousel ad. Now, if you've been on Instagram for a while, you've definitely seen this content before. A carousel ad is where you can share up to 10 images in a single post and your viewer can swipe through them. But why is it so effective? It all comes down to the power of choice. Let me break it down. Imagine you walk into a restaurant and they only serve shellfish. If you're allergic or you're just not a fan, you're probably walking smooth out of this restaurant. Now imagine this same restaurant decides to switch things up and becomes a buffet and has a bunch of delicious options. Suddenly, your chances of finding something that you like from this restaurant just shot way up. And this is the same way a carousel ad works. Instead of showing one product and hoping that it lands, you're giving people multiple options to explore. This just gives you a greater opportunity to grab your target audience's attention and really win that click. So if you're not using carousel ads yet, I highly recommend that you try them because you're basically turning one ad into 10 mini opportunities to win the sale. Now, pro tip, I recommend that you use your best-selling products in the carousel because these products have already proven to work with your ideal target audience. Okay, so the next creative style that I recommend that you try is honestly one of my favorites, and it is called the founder style ad. This is where the founder of the brand shows up in the ad and just talks directly to the camera. This is usually a raw or unscripted video. No fancy edits, no studio lighting, just a real person sharing a message. This could be just a quick selfie video or a behind the scenes video shot on an iPhone. Now you may be wondering, why are founder style ads so effective? Well, it all boils down to authenticity. These ads just feel different. Think about it. You've probably scrolled past tons of ads that were overly polished, overly scripted, and just way too corporate. This is because people are just craving realness. When a founder gets on camera and talks directly to you, no fluff, no big production, it instantly feels personal. So how do you actually make founder style ads? Here's a very simple breakdown for you to follow. Step 1 is the hook. You want to make sure that you start strong. In the first few seconds, introduce yourself and speak to a common problem that your audience is facing. Now, I put up on the screen a couple of sentences to help you get started, and you can tweak this however you like. Just make sure that it's in your brand voice. Step 2 is your story and solution. You want to make sure that you tell your journey and make it as relatable as possible. And I'll also put an example up on the screen. And the last step is you want to share some social proof and a really strong call to action. You definitely want to end strong, and you want to make sure that you give your target audience a reason to act. The beauty of this ad style is that it's super simple to create, but it also connects with your audience on a much deeper level than any polished content could. So now that you have the mechanics down of the founder style ad, I want to share with you this next ad creative, and honestly, it can be a complete game changer and it converts like crazy. Now, the next creative style that I want to share with you is called the UGC testimonial ad. Now, UGC just stands for user generated content. And when you combine that with the testimonial style format, you get a super authentic, high converting ad that feels more like a friend recommendation than a sales pitch. So what does a UGC testimonial ad actually look like? Selfie style videos, no heavy editing, natural lighting, just real people sharing their stories about your brand. But why is this creative type so effective? It all boils down to trust and relatability. Let's be real, nobody likes being sold to. And UGC testimonial ads really break that pattern. They feel natural and unscripted, and they really mimic the type of content that people watch every single day. When someone sees a person that looks just like them talk about how a product solved their problem, it really builds instant credibility. It's not just your brand bragging, it's someone that they can relate to vouching for your product. And also, UGC ads typically outperform traditional ads, and they cost way less to produce. So it is a win-win situation here. So how do you tactically implement this strategy? So step one, you need to collect the content. I recommend that you reach out to your existing customer base. And you want to reach out and ask for a 30 or 60-second video of them just sharing their experience with your product. And you can ask them to answer these simple prompts that I'm putting on the screen right now. But if you don't have any customers who want to be on camera, don't worry, you're not out of luck. You can always work with UGC content creators that specialize in testimonial ad styles. Now, there's a bunch of websites that can help you find UGC creators, or you can just search on TikTok. Once you get the content back, you want to keep your edits very, very light. The purpose of these videos is to look authentic. So at max, add some captions and you're good to go. In my honest opinion, UGC testimonial ads are one of the best ads that you want to run to create trust and drive conversions without needing a super big production budget. So if you're looking for a creative style that really checks all the boxes, this style is a no-brainer. Now, if you're watching this video and you're completely new to running Facebook ads, you may have a very big problem on your hands. If your Facebook ad account is not set up correctly, your Facebook ads are still gonna struggle to convert. So I recommend that you check out this video right here.